Hello, welcome to another episode of Cherry Bloopers. I've already got my cigarette lit up here, guys. I'm a little more prepared today for Cherry Bloopers. But today we're doing kind of unboxings, comic book unboxings. These are all kind of related to Comicsgate or Comicsgate adjacent, whatever you want to call them. Independent indie comics, crowdfunded comics. Fuck all these books that I'm going to show you. Let's just get that out of the way. Get that out of the way at the beginning. Just so we have that kind of as a statement. But I got my computer warming up in the background there. But so today we're looking at Flying Sparks, Stardust, and the Ferryman, as well as maybe a little surprise thrown in there. But I kind of split up these into two different parts because I didn't want to really spend more than 20 minutes talking about these people at one time. That's a lot of effort on my part. Hopefully you enjoy it, kind of broken up into two parts. But boy, I think it's about time to get going. We can kind of talk about it as you kind of watch the video and hear me talk about it. But so right off the bat, we're looking at Stardust unboxing. I did a whole week of Stardust content. Of course, I was friends with Nasser. Nasser sent me I believe an extra copy or something along the lines of an extra copy. Maybe I think he gave me one that was autographed differently than the other ones. But current day 2021 guys, I think after knowing Nasser now for almost 3 years, I can say he is a piece of shit, and I wouldn't trust him. But he did package us in a Gemini mailer, as you can see on the screen right now. He did tape it down, so I give him that. If he wasn't an absolute kind of liar and sort of shady motherfucker, maybe you can support his comics. But let's actually talk about Stardust, guys. I actually think Stardust sucks. That might be controversial to some out there. Maybe people think Stardust is pretty good. I tried to be positive back in the day about it. But I think even Nasser, I think he felt deep down he knew that I didn't really like it that much. But I really think Stardust. I mean, it's got a little bit of anthology stuff there at the end. That's probably better than the actual main story. There's Nasser's cheap bookmark, of course. All the Comicsgate books making shitty ass bookmarks. And we'll see Flying Sparks. Boy, that one wasn't even related to the book. That was just John Delarose shill bookmark. But Stardust, guys, yeah, black and white. Sean Langley, the artist. I give Sean Langley some credit. He of course has drawn some stuff for Alterna, has done a lot of other comic book work. But he's just another guy that Nasser complained about to me privately. One of many people, guys. Again, if you're an artist or you're somebody that works with Nasser Abadi, I can almost guarantee you he is complaining about you to somebody in direct messages or in private communications. So take that for what you will. And again, if Nasser's ever shared someone's, Nasser does and will share private communications. So be wary of that, guys. For all you guys, maybe still believe Nasser as a good person. If you know what, actually, if you believe Nasser is still a good person, and you still subscribe to Midnight Cherry TV. Again, just like the last blooper, take yourself and show yourself the fuck out. Is all I can say. Of course, there's the Stardust card. Trading cards and bookmarks, guys. Could there be anything stupider and fucking more worthless? And boy, do I have a lot of those bookmarks and trading cards. Fucking John Malin, Delarose, Doug Tenaple. Everybody throwing in bookmarks. Everybody throwing in fucking trading cards. Cyberfrog. Again, you're just taking the artwork, putting it in a bookmark. It's not too fucking complicated, but yeah, fucking Indiegogo. I'll never support Indiegogo again, but Nasser definitely a shady motherfucker. I would not support his books. Mm. Look at that Stardust, the back of it, just sort of a cheap promotional shit. It's like getting business cards at Vistaprint, and then in the back of the page it says printed in Vistaprint. That shows a mark of cheapness. But that he's gonna I mean it was better than some in terms of quality of production, I guess. I don't know. That's a tough one to call, guys. I've already kind of gotten rid of all my Stardusts. Nasser gave me a few copies, wanted me to share it to people that I knew in the movie industry. But I couldn't do that. This book's terrible. I had a week full of content for this book. I even did a live hangouts kind of call-in show of Stardust fans. I met a few good people through that, but as you can see now in 2021, a couple of years later, you can really tell Nasser is not really that good of a person. That's kind of his brand right now. Is he's kind of just a shitty individual. But that's what happens on the internet, guys. You meet people, and then you think, hey, one way. Not the amount of times Nasser told me I was his friend and all that kind of shit. But as you can see, guys, he's a liar and a shady fuck. If you're still a Nasser fan, let me know in the comments, and I can probably tell you a direct actual direct comment, probably him insulting you, because that's who Nasser is, guys. That's who Nasser is. So of course, yeah, fuck Stardust. But let's see what else we got here going on next. We got another cigarette here ready. I don't remember if this is Ferryman or Flying Sparks. I think this is Flying Sparks. Speaking of fucking cowardly individuals, John De La Rose. Speaking of fucking flip floppers. I believe this is Flying Sparks, but just people that really lack a spine, lack sort of don't really give a shit. They're sort of just there to be to sort of try to play the victim. John De La Rose is the king of victimhood. The sad thing about John De La Rose is I actually defended him. I defended him to War Campaign. I remember I talked to Colonel Comics and Private Communications saying, hey, I think the John De La Rose stuff is a little too much. So I was an early defender of John De La Rose, but again, just like Nasser Abadi, a few years later, you can really tell people are just fucking at their core pieces of shit, and that's what I would say to John De La Rose. John De La Rose kind of he's there to play victim. He's there to sort of pick fights, basically be a whiny bitch. He is kind of a coward. He's a whiny bitch. Look at his shitty ass fucking packaging. Yeah, let me put a graphic novel in a fucking bubble mailer, loosely packaged. Do you hear that, John De La Rose? I hope John De La Rose is out there hearing this. First of all, fuck you. But secondly, look at you, fucking shitty ass packaging. Yeah, throw your fucking graphic novel, slap it in a fucking bigger than the comic bubble mailer. You fucking stupid piece of shit. But yeah, no, John De La Rose across the board. I think his opinions on politics and sort of the world, I think, are fucking stupid. I'll come out and say it. I've never really agreed with John De La Rose in terms of all the stupid shit he says and believes. His whole fucking. It really, every other week it's like let's see who John De La Rose is sort of insulting or whatever may be going on for him to play victim. The amount of times he's the John De La Rose for Steam and Country, please. Nothing says quality like putting a bookmark for a promotional bookmark for an old book you wrote inside your new crowdfunded material. Nothing says like that's like getting fucking shitty fucking coupon mailers in the mail. That's what that's like. There's the cover, John Malin cover. Speaking of pieces of shit, we could talk all day about John De La Rose being a piece of shit, but at the end of the day, he's still less of a piece of shit than John Malin. Although it's close, I would say modern day. The recording of this is in 2021. I would say, boy, it's closer than it ever has been. You got Tim Lim. Tim Lim drawing stuff for John Del Rose. You know, John Del Rose definitely he's going to work his connections to kind of boost his profile, boost his book. You know, yeah, John Malin. What a shitty ass cover. Fucking this guy can't draw women. This guy can't draw men. I mean, he can't draw guns. I mean, John Malin sucks dick. I mean, John Malin is probably one of the worst artists that I ever sort of like supported, even for a small amount of time. Look at this fucking hideous ass cover. That makes the woman look ugly. That's how shitty that is. Boy, oh boy, John Malin, you fucking you scumbag. Yeah, John Malin's a scumbag, and that's the thing. You know, John Malin. It's like he joined Comicsgate or whatever the fuck. You know, Indie Comicsgate, whatever people are fucking calling it these days. It's all the same. But I remember he called SJWs the real Nazis or whatever the fuck. I remember something along those lines, and everybody rallied around him because he got fired. But again, it's like you compared somebody to Nazis, and I think that's kind of that's the insult. Doesn't matter who you're comparing it to. I think you've been comparing it to just anybody on the street is sort of insulting. But boy, oh boy, yeah, Flying Sparks, John Del Rose. I regret buying your book. You seem like a real fucking piece of shit. I'm glad. Hopefully, I can get rid of Flying Sparks. Nobody seems to buy it. You've flooded the market with this sort of subpar superhero book, and I can't believe you're on the third or fourth one. Congratulations, of course. I don't believe for a second your Amazon is as successful as you try to make it, but either way, good for you. I think you're a spineless coward, piece of shit. But let's get into this next one, guys. The Ferryman Week. Ferryman Week, guys. I did a whole week of content on this channel devoted to Ferryman. People might not remember Ferryman. I'm pretty sure he made a second and possibly third one. I'm not sure what Sean Campbell is doing these days. But again, you know, he shipped his comic in a kind of in just a basic envelope. But again, it was a poster. So it was a bigger container. Sort of. I'm gonna drink of water here. Yeah, the Ferryman. I mean, it was one of those books that was definitely an early Comicsgate book. Kind of definitely part of the Zach, not Ethan sort of crowd. You know, there definitely was a crowd that wasn't Ethan, that was like, you know, Edwin Boyett and Nerd Wonder and all these other motherfuckers, you know, fucking Rags and Tim Lim and whatnot, where it was basically, I mean, they were part of this indie comic scene. But for the most part, fuck all these people as well. But we'll see who's in this book. We've got the Ferryman. Yeah, Sean Campbell. I mean, like, I would say Ferryman 1 definitely was way too wordy. I mean, for a comic book, it was fucking loaded with just paragraphs of shit. I think it might have been better as just a book or even a script. But again, and I think the cover, it's cool. It doesn't really have anything to do with the book, I feel like, from what I remember. But the thing about Sean Campbell is that I remember I kind of lost a lot of respect for Sean Campbell because he was one of the people that sort of bought into the tinfoil Nick war campaign promotion machine of a fucking loser somewhere in the South United States, just sort of tweeting out a combination of nonstop promotional threads with tags mixed with sort of general harassment online. But yeah, Troy Torres and By Canales. Yeah, By Canales is a piece of shit too. I mean, that's the thing, is like that guy, speaking of war campaign defenders, that guy was like a war campaign defender and a half. That he was involved. That I feel like a lot of those people in that little corner all became kind of like, well, war campaign's not that bad. And it's like, well, you're fucking idiots. But what are they doing for them now? Nothing. But yeah, the Ferryman one, I don't know. It was it wasn't terrible. I definitely won't support another Sean Campbell book. Sean Campbell does seem like again, just another comic creator I can't trust He had Tim Lim. Tim Lim is I guess somebody you can buy comic books from. I'm not going to hold anything against Tim Lim. But Troy Torres, Wampool too was a fucking mess. Really working with Josh the Amazing Animer. That guy's a piece of shit. Speaking of pieces of shit, I mean that's neither here nor there. But he really kind of botched Wanpool. I mean, I had a lot of people that were upset they backed it because of Josh the Animator. So Sean Campbell's definitely part of that little weird group. I think Edwin Boyett gets thanked in the credits of the book, the Ferryman, I believe. So and Edwin Boyett's a fucking a QAnon idiot. Fucking yeah. If you believe in QAnon, you're a fucking idiot too. My today back in the days keep getting hit with QAnon posts during this Cherry Lore Appreciation Week, which is pretty upsetting. But yeah, the Fairman poster. Of course, I took that poster. I got that somewhere. If you want to buy the Fairman poster, feel free to contact me. Maybe I can sell it to you, make a little profit. This is one of those books nobody's heard of, nobody's gonna buy. I definitely sold some books. Mike Miller books, Ethan books, Dr. Nemo books. I definitely did sell them, but the Ferryman, that book's just sitting fucking collecting dust. I can't get rid of that book. I might just have to give that book away for free. But Sean Campbell again, not that big of a piece of shit comparatively, but still a comic creator not to trust. But let's see what else we got here as a bonus. Christmas bonus, Christmas 2018. I think this is. Oh yeah, no, I put this in there, guys. Alterna. Peter Simeti. I gotta say, Peter Simeti. I kind of liked him at first. I thought he was a really stand up guy. I don't think he is. I think he's a piece of shit. I think he wants to be an outrage merchant, but he can't. I think he is I think he's sort of a shady businessman. I think he doesn't really have a lot of principles as far as it comes to like ethics and morals and sort of like just like general, like good humanity. I don't think Peter somebody has those. I've seen too many questionable things. I mean, you spend enough time with Ethan and sort of comic gay people, I think eventually you do become as big a piece of shit as most of them. But yeah, I bought this Alterna Comics T-shirt. Fuck, I'm a 2XL. If you're a 2XL and you want an Alterna Comics shirt, I'll sell that to you. I might have that in the trash. That fucking comic company. I bought a lot of Alterna books. Never again. Peter Simeti, I hope you fail. If you like Peter Simeti and you're watching this, please leave the fucking channel. But yeah, Peter Simeti, I hope you fail and end up homeless like the rest of these comic creators. But no, yeah, no, most of these people is just they're not to be trusted. It's sort of that's the thing is like you don't have to like the artist to like the art. I definitely do believe that, but these people's art is not good. That's the thing is I've read their material. I don't think John Della Rose is good. I don't think Nasser Rabadi is good. These are just not good people in terms of storytelling. Sean Campbell, I think, too wordy. Alternative Comics, I think Peter Simeti is a piece of shit. So, well, it might be a little bit different here, guys. But again, this was Cherry Bloopers. I'm going to kind of leave you here with a short one. Hopefully ended before 20 minutes here, guys. But this was part one. Part two, we're going to look at Iron Sights. What else? What other pieces of shit? Iron Sights, Blue Mamba, and Bigfoot Bill. My unboxing of Bigfoot Bill, which was popular at the time. But yeah, I know. Fuck all these people. Fuck comic creators. It's hard to support them anymore, guys. No matter where you are, no matter from mainstream, independent, doesn't really matter. I think for the most part, you're probably a piece of shit. You're sort of lower than comedians. Stand-up comedians lower than sort of actors, actresses. I think you're generally just sort of bad people. But again, the guys was Cherry Bloopers. Come back again tomorrow for more Cherry Lore Appreciation Month. Come back in a few days for part two of Cherry Bloopers unboxings. We're going to keep the Cherry Blooper train going the rest of the month, and keep giving you content here on the station. Thanks again, guys.